Welcome everyone to another hopefully exciting session of Citizens of Star Frontiers. Today's game will be dedicated to our new patron, the Bigfoot Diaries. Thank you for your support, and we will be launching the team. And today's adventure is called the Operation Trojan Shark. So I will take this down. I will be popping this map up periodically. Okay. So most of you have just kind of gotten back to the apartment building in Kit Kur in the city where Harlan was staying after filming his commercial, and you've just completed rescuing the Yazarian elder from the clan of Thorga, and Thorga has gone off to meet with the matchmaker, the elder matchmaker for his clan, and Raul Zakaz has shown up at the apartment. He is a friend of Sylvie's, but has not yet met Harlan and Larmo. And Ral, your boss, has sent you here and said that one of our clients has asked for legal representation because um, one of their business interests that we are a part of is being threatened. So they want you there to advise. So, uh, uh, so basically, Harlan, Vrusk, this Vrusk from a law firm shows up.
Oh boy,
And Sylvie.
where's Kennecan? He's usually my go-between between me and the lawyers.
I'm just here in an advisory capacity.
Okay. And Ralzacast, when you hear him say, "Oh, where's Kennecan?" He's usually our go-between. That name is one of your boss's major clients. He's not one of the public clients. He's one of the very well-paying private clients. And that's because he is a high-ranking member of the Zenk in Solar Miner, the Vrusk Mafia.
I'm aware who the Zenk are supposed to be.
Right. So it's for the audience at home. I know you know.
Nothing but urban myth.
So after a short while, Kennecan shows up. And like before Kennecan shows up, there are deliveries of gourmet food and alcoholic beverages that have been ordered. Like room service has been ordered and sent up to your room. And they said, "Oh, it's not on your account. It's already been paid for."
What's going on?
And Kennecan shows up a little while later, and he's dressed in kind of like a nondescript office, like salaryman's outfit, like not his usual like tailored, stylish Rusk suit, almost like he's just trying to blend in.
Okay.
And he comes up to the apartment, the penthouse, and says, "Harlan, it's good to see you. Has the food arrived?"
Yeah.
And he looks over at Joel. Have you met Ken? You've met Kennecan.
We all met him at on the island.
Right. So the Russ comes in and he sits and he says, "Well, let's all sit and eat. I'm famished. I have a proposition, but I like to do that after the first course." And he says, "Raul, good to see you here." He says, "Please join us, eat."
And Sylvie's here as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Oh, this is like right after we got back.
right,
Yep.
right.
Okay.
So he says, Larmo, I just saw the medic bot, the office medic bot leaving. You okay? You look a little bruised.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I don't know if I should say that's good or I'm sorry. And he says,
I'm still
well,
here, so that's good.
are you fit for freelance work?
Should be all right.
Well, good, because I've got some. He says, of course, none of this can leave the room.
Understood.
And he says, but just to be sure, Ral, can you write up a quick NDA?
Sure.
So he actually has an NDA drawn up for this agreement that you are all forced to thumbprint sign on his data pad. And he says,
Got around.
the Zenk have been involved in a bit of very lucrative business that really harms no one and does benefit the local economy ultimately. The economy of two systems, I might say. As you know from your friends in the Saurian persuasion, there is a very strong political bloc against emigration to Solar Minor. Now, my organization, has sought ways to help those in need of a homeworld to find a place here in Solar Minor. We have 2 habitable planets. We have a lot of room. We're still rebuilding from the war. And these are people who want to work. So we find them employment. And we help them forge a path to citizenship. That path can sometimes be a bit of a zigzag, if you take my meaning. The political process could take months or even years. So we just get them here, get them working, get them acclimated, and we worry about all the paperwork later. So, in addition to helping the Saurians, we do help another group of people find work in the Solar Minor system. Are you familiar with the Mahema? The Mahema are a race of furry humanoids about the size of humans. They're very similar in appearance to humans. They have no fur on their faces, and they kind of have a simian appearance. He says that their homeworld is about 10 years from here. They were enslaved by the Sathar for many, many years. Their society has been fractured by economic and ecological disasters. But now that they're free, they've been applying for membership within the United Planetary Federation, and they've been applying for emigration visas so that they can work and send money home to their families on systems that aren't quite as desperate. I believe, Sylvie, you are familiar with the efforts of Grub Across the Stars to help the rampant famine issues in the Liberty system. That's
Yes,
the
sir.
Mahema homeworld. So there are many hardworking Mahema who want to come to Solar Minor to work. Many of them are very skilled engineers. My organization helps select individuals arrive in Solar Minor and start working. And after they've worked for us for a certain amount of time, we get them paperwork and have them blend into society as citizens. Everyone can roll a what's the a logic? No, is it leadership or logic? It's hold on.
Not for me.
No for Harlan, no for Sylvie. Larmo?
Hang on. Sorry.
Surely
need
those
a
can't
dice.
be the only
My-
10-sided dice you have, Tom.
My internet is being very, very slow. Come on now. I rolled 100.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's not good. I got a 27.
Okay, nobody else seems to really get what he's dancing around.
Mm.
But he's talking about human trafficking.
I don't think Harlan would pick up on it anyway.
Basically, he's talking about smuggling Mahema workers into Solar Miner and then having them work off their debt to get here undetected, and then have your law firm apply, make the application for non-documented resident alien citizenship path. So they're basically bringing Mahema into Solar Miner illegally, and after they've worked off the debt or paid for whatever they need to pay for, your law firm helps them become citizens.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, which is why you signed an NDA. He says, so there's been a bit of a problem that I think is really that black spot on the fruit that means the fruit is rotten to the core. Now, a group has been 3 times now has intercepted one of our ships on the way between the Liberty System and Solar Miner, has killed our operatives and taken our merchandise.
People?
Mahema, yes, the people we were bringing here to work, they've gone missing, and our operatives who were bringing them here have been killed. The Zenk have lost 8 people and 3 transport ships. What's very disturbing about this is, 1, there's a group out there who would dare to attack us. And 2, we're very good at what we do. How do they keep knowing our flight paths? How do they keep knowing our timetable? I believe there is a mole in our organization funneling information to these pirates. So not only do I want to recover these people who have paid good money to us or have signed service contracts with us, because that's, they've paid in good faith to be brought to Solar Miner, and we failed in that duty. So that's a mark against the Zenk. I also want to punish the people who would dare to do this. But most importantly, I want to track who they're getting their information from. Which means I need a prisoner to question from among these pirates. And if you can get me a computer database, all the better. So I have a proposition for you. I am going to hire you to make the next run to the Liberty System, pick up a few individuals, and start bringing them back here. Now, there is a Zenk base in the asteroid field in the Liberty System. Once you've picked up these individuals, I want you to drop them off there and then proceed as if they're still on board, as if you're going back to the Liberty, as if you're coming back to Solar Miner. I'm hoping you'll be attacked by the pirates. When that happens, what I want you to do is just surrender. Let them board you. They're not going to destroy the ship because they're looking for these people. If you're hoping to take our cargo, you can't blow up the ship. So instead of finding a bunch of Mahema doctors, scientists, and engineers, they're going to find a group of armed and well-paid, motivated mercenaries who will turn the table on the pirates. I would like one of them alive, and if you can if you can turn the tables far enough to capture their ship with the ship's database, that would be a bonus.
Now might be a good time to go shopping for a grenade launcher.
Okay, he says, I have some items with me. I have holo screens for each one of you. These will change your appearance slightly. They won't hold up under much scrutiny, so don't try and take a shower with anyone with one on. But at a glance, they should be fine. I also have albedo screens for each of you.
Can I have a scar?
We can. He goes. Larmo's like, I can program that in.
I have an albedo screen already.
Okay.
So do I.
All right. He says, if anyone needs one, I have. If you don't, that's fine. I have fake ID cards with new identities and 500 credits on them. And with a little notice, I can get you any weapons you need.
Grenade rifle, bandolier of Tangler grenade shells.
He says, I'll have it delivered to the ship. And he
Gonna be
says,
reporting
Sylvie, you've got access to Kaleidoscope?
I will need to ask for it, and I will need insurance on it.
He said, in my profession, I often find it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Understandably so, but I have a very good relationship with Ozar, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I will cover all damages, and I will make it worth your while. I don't want it getting out. The more people who know, the worse this is.
Wouldn't we be on a Zenk ship? Or do you contract with freelancers?
We do contract with freelancers in extreme measures, but I'm not even telling too many Zenk about this.
Oh.
The Zenk I am telling don't know that you're going to they just think you're here to smuggle. They don't know that the smuggling is just a ruse. What I'd like you to do is spend the next day in the station spending money and talking about how you're now working for the Zenk. Don't be obvious, just be careless. The rumors will take care of the rest. Find some seedy bars, drink, say, hey, we're going to be leaving for the Liberty system. We're going to be bringing back some people. Just let it slip. Pretend you've had too much to drink. Don't be obvious. And then I will meet you in 15 days in the Zenk asteroid belt. In the Zenk asteroid bank. If we agree, I will give you the coordinates. And he says, Sylvia, I understand that you've got a good relationship with Osar. I will do what I can to smooth things over after you leave. And I will cover any repairs.
I'm really conflicted because I really don't want to ruin a relationship with someone who's giving me work.
He smiles and he says, but you'd be building a new relationship with someone who could give you a whole lot more work. Very well paying work. I'm a very good friend to have in Solar Miner.
Understood, but are you a friend that has a an aircraft that I can use at my disposal?
He smiles and he says, if you turn the tables on the pirates, my lawyer friend here can write up the paperwork that's your new ship. I'm prepared to have that be yours. I'll be supplying all of the weapons, and I'll be setting up the situation. You turn the table on the pirates. You keep what you find. You'll have your own ship.
Okay.
And he says, "Okay,
You know I'm in.
if we're in agreement, congratulations. You're now all smugglers."
Why not? Then just about everything else.
I think we've
Yeah.
been smugglers before.
No, you've well, you've been drug runners, which is not the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And you were only planting those drugs to gain access to a lab. All right, so he gives you he basically says, I will have the weapons delivered to the kaleidoscope in 20 hours. For now, head to Kauber Station, blow off some steam, make with the loose slips. Don't be too obvious. Enjoy yourselves on my tab. There are 500 on each card. You'll need to leave tomorrow because the pickup in Liberty is the pickup in the Liberty system is in 12 days.
All right.
Okay, so who here has the science PSA?
Sir not appearing in this picture.
No scientists?
I don't think
No.
I have science.
Go technician.
Okay.
No, I don't have science.
All right. So he says
I
when
can
I
get
drop
into
off
space science.
the weapons, there'll be a lady there. She's going to be your navigator. She's someone I know and trust. She has a vested interest in getting this done. Okay, so as soon as he leaves, it's like speak of the devil, Osir calls.
Fuck.
You're bugged.
Probably. Hi, Osir. How are you?
I'm good. Actually, we've just been invited to a fundraising banquet with Grub Across the Stars. They're going to be, kind of doing an Iron Chef exhibition to raise money and interest. They've got a couple of lines on a couple of new ag ships, so we're going to be indisposed. So your shore leave's going to last a little bit longer.
Ah,
So how did it go with Kaleidoscope? Not a scratch, right?
not a scratch as promised.
Okay. Well, you've proven yourself that I can trust you. So, keep it not being scratched. If you need to make a hop between between Kit Kur and Cersei, that's fine. Just, stock the pantry and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Will do so. Thank you so much.
Okay. He hangs up.
Yeah, that's okay. I feel a little better about that. Because I was gonna have to think of a story, and now I don't have to, so I feel a little better.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
I asked them not. Do I have to mention that we're flying the kaleidoscope?
No.
Okay, I just make a note to ask everyone not to mention that at all.
I would think very little of what we do is going to be mentioned outside of the people here.
Who would I tell? I don't know anybody on the kaleidoscope but you.
No, when we are letting things slip. I just don't want the name kaleidoscope used at all. That's all.
Oh.
I don't think it would come up in conversation, but I'd rather cover my bases now. That's all.
But it's shiny, won't they know that?
No, they won't. I'll make it a little less shiny. It's okay.
Scuff it up.
I'll scratch up the windows just a little bit.
Scuff it off a few asteroids.
Just enough that I can, not make it.
You're gonna have to buff it out later. Just enough that you can buff out.
Well, I did make extra money. Oh well, I don't even want to say this out loud. But anyways, yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, I noticed the stark markup.
Yeah, Harlan paid.
We're not gonna get into that right now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I paid 10,000. I don't.
You did pay 10,000.
I'm well aware that I paid it, but I'm also well aware that the money doesn't really mean much to me.
To
Okay,
have those
so
problems.
what are you guys doing?
I make a phone call back to the law firm, social chat up one of the other employees. I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks and kind of hint, nudge, that it might be a job connected to the Zenk.
Okay, do you are you speaking to your boss or just a fellow employee?
Fellow employee.
Okay,
So it gets out of scuttlebutt.
not a problem.
Is KRPK the law firm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting on you guys. What do you do?
All right. I am going to get a new skin suit because mine got beat the hell out of.
You put that on the list, and Ken will have that waiting for you at the ship.
Good. All right. So, yeah, we already know what we're going to do. So I guess just go out, have a couple drinks, and have loose lips.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
we have to get to the space station to do that.
Right.
So we are
So
going
Sylvie,
out.
it's not a combat situation or an emergency landing in a ruined area. So you pilot to Kauber Station. You guys know your way around. You live there for about 6 months, so you do know some of the seedier bars.
Mm.
But we're supposed to be in disguise here.
Right.
No.
When do you put on when do you activate your holoscreens?
Immediately.
Before we get off the ship.
Yeah.
I might play around with mine while we're flying there.
Okay, you can tweak it to there's a dial that it allows you to do some variation.
Mm.
So you're now you're not different races, but you can be any color variation, even variation in gender. Like Joel, if you wanted to appear as a female or a male Dralosite, you could.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. That would be, yeah. I could go with 2 legs instead of 3.
Okay. Well, you could do that anyway.
I'll have like a shock white hair with a
Okay.
giant scar and be like 20 years older.
Okay.
All your Dralosites look alike to me anyway.
All right. So, what bars do you go to? What types of places do you go to?
Hmm.
Well, orders are to go to a seedy bar.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do some bar hopping. I need everybody to roll a personality.
27 pass.
11 pass.
Okay.
I got a 27.
2. Well, what would we do? Or was it again? Personality?
PR, personality.
PR. No. No.
Okay.
That would be a no.
Larmo appears stiff and awkward, and a little suspicious when he tries to. So he kind of Larmo, you kind of come off like douchey, like, "Ooh, we're smugglers." Like it's a bad pickup line. You're like, "Hey, look at these guns. We're smugglers," and you're like, "All right."
God.
Humor.
But everyone else is like, "Oh, really? I heard that's a lucrative line of work. How are you working for those people when you've only got 2 legs?"
Has he got like the sweater tied around his neck? Pretending to be a smuggler?
I just flickered.
All right, but
this is
the
awful.
three of you were able to kind of fake it enough that it seems believable. But Larmo is just like, he's coming off kind of douchey, I guess. Like nobody
That's
really
probably
like
for you.
I'm a smuggler and I have a girlfriend who lives in Canada and I went hunting and I got a doe. All like the douchey trying to impress people lines. So you are memorable, but for all the wrong reasons.
Oh. I think I took a harder shot to the head than I realized.
Okay. So when you get to the Mahema when you get to the kaleidoscope, there is a female Mahema there with a backpack
Mhm.
and a tool belt and a flight suit, and she's got like a helmet and a sidearm. And she says, 2 humans, a Dralosite, and a Vrusk. I guess you're the rest of the crew.
Is that a joke?
What? She says 2 humans, a Dralosite, and a Vrusk. I guess you're the rest of the crew.
Enter a bar.
I just thought it was the beginning of a joke.
She goes, she's Mahema. She goes, I really don't follow.
Don't
Okay.
mind them. Yes, we are the remainder of the crew.
She goes,
Nice
I'm
to meet you.
Sashti Vash. I'm going to be your navigator.
Been hanging around too many Drolosites.
She goes,
I thought it was funny.
She goes, this your boat?
Yes, sis.
Interesting paint job. One of ours?
No,
Actually, it is.
I didn't know that. Now
Sear
I
said
do.
Sear got this hull from a Mahema shipyard.
Oh, wow. So then, yes.
Well, he had the hull altered and all the renovations made by the Mahema Liberty.
Okay.
What was her name again?
Sashti Vash. She speaks pretty good Pangal. It has to have an accent. So she says you can head out. She'll do the calculations for the jump.
Mhm.
And, where she asks, where can I bunk in the meantime?
Oh, in the quarters.
Okay.
I show her where it is.
Okay. So you guys will be in space with her for 10 days, heading towards the Liberty system to pick. She says that there's a space station there. She can direct you when you get there. She says, I'll be drawing you a map. I'm not getting off the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to see that I've come back and possibly jeopardize things.
I'm going to lurk on the bridge a lot and keep an eye on her.
Okay. So if anyone wants to make small talk with her to possibly learn about her or the Mahema or the whole human trafficking, like if you want to know more about what's going on, she does know a bit more.
If it was human trafficking, wouldn't it be humans?
It would be Mahema trafficking, or there's probably a name for it, but
Sentient trafficking.
Sentient trafficking. And basically she says that, she came over 5 years ago. She's in the last 8 months of her servitude. She said she didn't have the money to pay up front, but a lot of wealthy Mahema will pay the Zenk up to like 5,000 credits.
Oh.
And then they don't have to work once they get to Solar Miner. She goes, I wasn't so lucky, so I've been working as an astrogator for them on various jobs.
But they treated you well.
It's an easier life than killing yourself for a potato and a bowl of soup in Mahema and on the Liberty system in our homeworld. She says that her people were, she explains that there are 3 types of Mahema: the ones that live on the planet, the ones that live on the space station, and the one that lives in the asteroid field. She's a station Mahema. So that station, although it's big and has like hundreds of thousands of people, it's constantly breaking down and there are constant food shortages and power outages. She said it was designed for like 5,000 people, and there's like 25,000 people living there now.
Hmm.
So it's got all the comforts of an overcrowded prison.
Wow.
She said that the Sathar being gone is like a double-edged sword. Like her people are allowed to like multiply and prosper and pursue their dreams. The problem is they still don't have the resources for the population. So there's a population explosion and there's no jobs, there's no work, there's, more mouths to feed and not really much more food.
Hmm.
You know, she talks a lot about politics. She tends to be chatty. But if nobody wants to engage her, she's not annoying about being chatty.
No, I'll listen to her. I mean,
Yeah.
this is my first. God, that's my first space trip. Except, back and forth between the two planets. This is my first interstellar trip.
Oh, well, I wish you could be going somewhere a little bit more exotic than the Liberty system. I mean, it's my home system, but it's, I don't long for it. I don't miss it. And she actually tells you she's been through a bunch of systems. She's been through, hold on. She's been to Theseus. She's been to Timeden. She's been to White Light. She's even gotten as far up system as Natalie Starr, working for the Zenk in Solar Miner.
Screen fraud.
She has not gotten as far as screen fraud, no. Okay, so after 10 days, you emerge from hyperspace into the Liberty system. And, you come past the asteroid fields, and you get a lot of comm chatter.
Mm.
And you realize that a lot of these asteroids are settled. And there are like asteroid bases in there. You come across a massive space station.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like 3 or 4 rings on an axis, and it's right beside a pretty large shipyard. And you see that there are like half a dozen ships under construction. And she tells you that this is kind of like how her people are making money. That basically before the war was over, we were slaves and engineers building destroyers and light cruisers for the Sathar. Now we build freighters and trading ships and yachts for whoever we can sell them to, which isn't much. We don't have many vendors, but our low prices attract a lot of business.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we don't have we cut our margins so low we're barely making anything on each ship.
Yeah. You're pretty much working at cost, if anything.
Yeah, cost plus a few meals so we don't starve.
Yeah.
She says that now you know why so many of us are trying to get off system to send money home. Okay, so you get the comm, and it's in Mahema. And she's got a polyvox which translates, and they said, unidentified vessel, state your purpose.
Not my ship.
Travel?
And they say, we don't see you on our arrival logs. This is an unscheduled arrival. What's your designation and reason for your visit to Liberty?
Kinnikin didn't give us anything like this.
Shuttle Tidarian.
Shit. I'm drawing a blank.
I dispensed 500 credits from my card since I'm rather frugal anyways and didn't use it. And slipped the guy
No, this is over the radio.
Oh,
You're not even being allowed to. You're not even. You have to get. You're
We're
not
not
being issued
accustomed
a
yet.
land and berth. You're not.
Yeah.
They're not letting you land on the station.
Just start
Without a
making
reason.
cash register noises.
So they can't hear me then.
No,
turned-
unless
all
you're
right.
on the radio.
No, I'm not on the radio.
They're
I
waiting for an
turn to
answer.
them. I say, what in God's name do we say? Because the only business I've had in this area was transporting for grub to the stars. But I don't think that's
Can't we just say we're picking up passengers?
Are we in agreement with that?
Grub to the stars works for me.
Well, picking up passengers is fine. That's me as well.
That's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
roll your personality.
Dear God. And that is out of a 45. So we have a 36 out of 45. Successful.
Okay, they say, "Oh, that's fine. Do you have a berth where you're supposed to pick up your passengers?" You actually do. He told you where to pick up the quote unquote cargo.
Yes,
They-
insert information here.
May 12, please.
Okay. They said, "How long will you be staying?"
Briefly.
Okay.
Briefly.
Okay, so you dock at 976, which is where you were told to dock.
Okay.
And as you're there, you see, dock workers, and literally within 20, 30 meters of where ships are landing and pulling away, you see kids playing handball, and there's you don't know how, but there's in the space station, there's a food cart, almost like an illegal booth, selling hot dogs.
Oh, wow.
And you just see it's very crowded and a little poorly lit. And as you dock, and the door opens, you see a lot of the Mahama are kind of looking over at the ship in curiosity and suspiciously,
Suspiciously.
what's this? What's this?
I'm not even going to pay mention to it. I'm just going to continue moving on.
Oh, do you exit the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of standing in the bay, and someone comes over, a Mahama, and in very slow Pangal, this ship Kaleidoscope.
Yes.
He says, "We book passage," and he points to a whole bunch of other people, and they've got kind of satchels and tool belts, and they look nervous.
Okay. Yes. Come. And I'm going to lead them towards the ship.
Okay, you come in, and they look really nervous, and one woman is carrying a child, and the child's kind of you kind of see that she's trying to hide the child under a shawl.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they kind of relax when they see Sashti,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sashti says something to her in Mahama, and the Polyvox, translates it and says, "I'm sure you didn't pay for that kid."
How many are there total?
There are 9,
Including the kid?
including the kid.
Okay.
Can I roll a little comprehension?
Sure.
Well, that didn't work out so well.
All right. And she's like, "Yes, I did." And they say, "I know for a fact that they don't smuggle anyone over who can't work. And that kid is too young to work."
I'll pay his bill.
And she says, I don't care one way or the other. I'm just wanting to, she's not getting over on anyone. And she says, you'll be lucky if they don't take the kid from you when you get on the other side.
Aren't we booting them out shortly after we depart the station?
Yeah, they're not coming with us the whole way.
One of the Mahama says, what do you mean we're not coming with you the whole way? We paid to go to Solar Minor.
And you will.
You'll get there.
Well, are we really discussing this in front of the Memi?
Well, you started talking in front of them, so.
Yeah, it was, out of character talk at the table.
Okay, well, you
Mine wasn't.
You gotta specify.
Gaming.
Okay, so you load them all up. Do you leave right away? Do you explore the space station a little bit, or?
We were supposed to be. We had 15 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at.
We've
what?
used 12.
Right. I mean, you
And
don't
how-
have to. There's,
Can we take on some food stores for the Memi so they don't starve?
you can
Yeah,
easily.
didn't you need to?
Actually, the
stock the
ship was
pantry
well
anyway,
stocked,
Sylvie?
so the ship is filled with food.
Right.
So they all eat and they relax. And do you head over to the coordinates of Kenneken's secret base?
How far of a distance is it?
That's about a day from here.
All right, so that would put us at day 13.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be there for 2 days.
Okay. So you get there and you see that there is
Actually, Oscar, on the
Yeah.
way there,
Mhm.
I want to kind of talk to the Mahama and kind of get an idea how much they're in for money wise.
Most of them are going to have to work for 5 years before their debt is paid. 2 of them have already paid, including the one who was very, adamant about being taken right to Solar Minor.
Mm.
Would there be a dollar value or a credit value to their 5 years of service?
Usually about 5,000 to 9,000 credits,
Okay.
depending on their skills. Like a lot of them are engineers. One of them is a doctor. One of them is no skill, so he might be here. He might be working for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, when we get to the station, I kind of want to ballpark figure how much they owe.
Okay, so you get to this asteroid station, and everybody is like, "Why are we stopping here?" And you hear the radio go off. Hail Kaleidoscope,
Yes.
and it's an extremely weak signal. It says, "Sylvie, that you?"
Yes, that's me.
All right, this is Ken. I've got everything locked down. I'm on a wire. I'm on a portable.
Okay.
So I'm gonna open it up. Just pull in.
Okay.
Okay, you pull in and land, and the one ma'am, he says, "Look, I know this isn't still. We paid to go to Solar Minor. What kind of a double cross is this?"
You will go where you have paid to go, just not at this time.
He says, "That's not good enough. I have people waiting for me. I have people I need to catch up with."
Well, where we're going, it might be pretty dangerous, so I think you might appreciate getting off here.
He refuses to leave the ship, and then Kennekan comes on and says, "All right, everyone off. We're going to be taking a short break here." And most people come off, and they're all confused. And he says, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but to smooth things over, we're going to refund half the money of the people who've paid, and we're going to cut the indentured time by 50% to everyone," which makes everyone happy, joyously so, except that one guy. And he says, "What do you mean by it might be safer for me to get off here?"
Just what I said.
I just rolled the 3 for comprehension on that guy. I got a bad feeling about him.
There's much more of he's well fed, he's stocky, and and just by your comprehension and his body language, you're pretty sure he's a veteran. So Ken comes on and he says, "Is there a problem?" And he said, "Are you the broker?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "Well, I paid 10,000 credits to get to Solar Miner, and I'm not in Solar Miner." And he says, "Well, I can give you 5 back." He goes, "I don't want any of it back. I need to get to Solar Miner to catch up with my sister. She was supposed to call in weeks ago,
So we can bring
and I'm
you.
worried about her."
So I pull the others aside and I say, "Do we want to just bring him back and not leave him here?"
He says, "We can't bring them back. They show back up at the station. Everyone will know that this isn't a real run." The guy says, and the guy's like, "What's going on?" And so Ken says, "What's your sister's name?" And he goes, Taldi. And he goes, "She came over like 2 ships ago." And he says, "Yes, I sent her ahead." And he says, "A moment," and he pulls you guys aside. And she says, "She's part of the second shipment that went missing."
Well, we don't need a wild card. A fly in the ointment.
That's my job.
We already have one.
And when you get closer to Ken, you realize he's been in a fight recently. He's got some bruises.
What happened to you?
I needed to take over the station. I didn't trust anybody who worked here.
Oh.
So you beat them all up?
Well, I stunned and tasered most. He says, "I stunned and dozed most of them. The 1 or 2 that didn't work on, I had to take down the hard way." He goes, "I've got half a dozen people locked up in the bridge. I don't know who I can trust. But if there's a mole, there's a 50% chance he's selling information from this post."
Well, we should probably get the ship cleared and get moving soon.
Yeah.
Well, if this guy's sister is one of the people missing, and we're hoping to find the people missing, let's just bring him.
No.
He's going to cause nothing but trouble.
No. I
Agreed.
We're not moving if he's on the ship. I'm not.
It's not my ship.
He says, "Well, if that's your choice, you're going to need to take him down," because he doesn't seem the type to say no. They take no for an answer.
What do we have that could
Okay, that's to say.
What do we have that could stun him?
I've got a tangle of grenade. I kind of walk over and say, "Hey, could you hold this for me?"
No. I clearly state I am not taking you anywhere. You are getting off my ship or the ship is staying here.
He smiles. And he says, "Well, I'm not getting out of your way until I know where my sister is." He goes, "Are you taking people out a certain distance and just dumping them in the space? Is that it? Is this some kind of a scam?"
We could do that to you.
He draws.
I know nothing. I literally look him in the face.
Okay. Initiative
I look him in the-
modifier. He rolls a 10.
What?
As soon as Ral says we could do that to you, he draws a laser pistol out of his back. Ral, what's your IM? He's got a 16.
Just him or all of us?
No, he's just drawing on Ral.
Okay, well, after he says that, I'm going to let him.
So I have an IM of 6.
Okay. So he just draws cold and holds a laser pistol to the side of your head. And he says, "Say again, little bug."
We can arrange to dump you in space just as easily as you think we've dumped everybody else. Obviously, we're not doing that. These people are getting off the ship now for their safety. So are you.
Ken kind of comes forward. He goes, buddy, we can really talk about this. There's no reason, we're not coming at you with violence. This is a delay. This is just a logistical issue. Okay. I'm going to need somebody to roll a persuasion, a personality to talk him down.
I'm staring him down.
I'm
Shouldn't
very
be,
Roll that to see if you impress him.
shouldn't be me. I want him to go.
I got an 18.
Okay.
all right. Oh fuck. I got a 90. Ain't fucking getting shit for me.
Thanks a lot for the help.
Sorry.
Marvo? And Harlan
rolled a
says, I'm
90.
not saying anything. I want him to go.
I personally would like to just.
I would want to
say that loud.
go. I would want to go.
No, it's a liability.
You don't know what he's gonna do.
Mm-mm.
It's not my ship. I don't have a vote.
So if that's the case,
So,
I'd
do we have
roll
anything?
ahead.
I literally say, do we have anything to knock him out? And then I roll a 90.
Okay.
I get 100 and a 90. I'm having a great night.
Get him out now.
He says, look, miss, I want to know where my sister is.
Look, sir,
And-
I'd like you off of my ship. I don't know who your sister is. My job is to have you exit the ship. I am not negotiating with you. Leave.
Besides, you're holding a lawyer hostage.
Don't say that.
There is no supervisor.
I
This
do
is
have a
my
tanker
ship.
grenade in my hands. How about I
You
just
need to
pop it
exit.
and tangle the
That's it.
two of us?
Okay.
Is he at all distracted from looking at me?
No. You could see that this guy is a steely-eyed veteran. At which point Sashti kind of comes over and says, she says, look, I'm going to give it to you honest. We don't know where your sister is. These people are going to try and find out where. He goes, we need everybody off the ship because they're going to be acting as bait. He goes, bait, what happened? And Ken says,
Come off the ship and you'll find out.
he says, we're pretty sure it's probably a rival group of pirates, maybe slavers. Last 3 shipments went missing. These are my people who are going to smoke them out. He takes the gun off of Raoul and says, and you're going to deny me to go with you to help rescue my own sister?
We don't know you.
We don't know you.
We don't know you. And we don't know if your sister's going to be there. We don't know what
We
is
don't
coming.
need someone emotionally invested in this.
I guess not.
We don't know what you're going to do. We have a job that we need to do. We don't know how you're going to act if we come across your sister. You're just going to endanger our jobs. So it's better for you to stay here.
He says, fine, I'll stay here. And then he holds a gun on Ken. He goes, and if you don't come back with my sister, I'm going to kill him. And Ken just shrugs and goes, fair enough.
I kind of want to crack that tangle grenade on his head.
You can do whatever you want. He doesn't have the gun on you anymore. If you guys want to try and get the drop on him, go ahead. But
are you getting off the ship now?
he's off the ship. I said he stepped off the ship.
All right, so we are. All right, then we're good.
Close up.
I'll look him
I
right in
want
the
to
eye.
check the ship before we leave. I want to do a sweep of it.
Easily enough. He didn't do anything to it.
I'll look at him straight in the eye and said, you don't want to kill my friend. I was on your side.
He says, and I hope you can find my sister.
I hope I can find your sister. Don't kill my friend.
He says, I don't want to kill your friend. I really don't. I just want my sister.
And we're going to do everything we can to bring her back. But we're wasting time just sitting here talking. So
He said,
you gonna
all
let us
right,
go
so-
or what?
He takes the gun off and Ken says, hey, don't worry about me. We're going to have a couple of drinks. Him and I will be fast friends in an hour. Just do what you're hired to do, guys.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay. And he would have been really good to have on your side, but nobody trusted him.
Except Harlan.
And he would have been really hard to take down because so. All right, so you head out.
This might be a good time for me to try out the guns.
Okay. You get into the laser battery and you get yourself accustomed to the aiming, and so you're on the gun station at this point.
I don't know what else to do.
All right. So about 2 hours away from the jump point, like it was you're peeling away through the asteroid field, a ship kind of fires up its engines and starts heading towards you at high speed from behind some asteroid concealment. It will be in range. It's like almost immediately in range, like it's an ambush, and it fires like before you even realize it's there. It's like the computer goes off, you see it, you kind of get its bearing, and 2 laser piston shots go across your bow.
So are the batteries 360-degree fire, or
They are. And the ship kind of peels off and starts making a run, and your subspace radio crackles and says, "Stop your engines, or we'll be forced to fire upon you."
How many weapons do we have?
You have 1 laser battery.
So are we just folding, or are we going to make put up a little bit of a fight?
This is a hull size 1 fighter.
I think we were told to fold. If I'm not mistaken.
but are we fighting back at all?
Well, you do realize that a hull size 1 fighter isn't going to be the ship taking cargo off of you.
Hull size 1 fighter with laser pistons, and we have laser batteries. I think ours are more powerful. And 360 degree.
Okay, so he starts coming around for a pass, and he said, and you hear, "This is your last warning. Stop your engines and surrender, or we will fire upon you."
On whose authority?
This spacecraft, they would probably have to be another spacecraft it came from, right?
No, but if they're planning to take cargo from you, there's definitely another spacecraft around here.
So I need a call, Captain. Are we shooting or are we not?
We were told to surrender, so
I don't think we were surrendering to this bozo.
It's now or never. He's going to be in range to fire upon you. So you'll be firing at the same time, Harlan.
I can.
All right. Go ahead.
I'll send a warning shot at him.
Yeah.
Okay, roll.
I think I just missed, which I planned on.
I jump on the scanners, do a space science roll.
Yeah, I missed.
Roll.
Try to detect another ship. I got a 22.
Oh, there is a hull size 4. Hold on, let me pull it up just to be sure. There is another ship out there.
How far away?
Coming the opposite direction. This one is kind of drawing your attention. Harlan, you miss. He fires. He gets a 10. The ship rocks and the kaleidoscope takes 2 hull points of damage.
Do they have? Isn't the reflective surface like laser absorbing?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Oh.
So he was a really good strafing run. As he pulls off to turn back in, you can fire at him before he pulls out of range again, Harlan.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah. All right. Well,
And,
I try to hit him this time.
Raul, do you want to alert Sylvie to the ship she's heading, to the much larger ship she's heading straight towards?
All right. Well, yeah, I dumped the information in the master plot, advising everybody of what's going on.
Harlan?
Is there any bonus to that whatsoever? Because I missed by 1.
No.
All right, I missed by one.
Okay, you missed by one. That would.
You're very
get
good
the
at
way.
delivering warning shots.
I'll
Yeah,
warning the
some nice
shot the
warning
hell out of
shots.
him.
All warning.
Okay,
That's it.
the ship comes into. It's just out of laser battery range, but you see a hull-size 4 ship, larger than Kaleidoscope, and it is a Corvette design.
It's probably got weapons.
You can clearly see a laser battery and a laser cannon.
The math just got bad.
Yeah.
And it's slower than the fighter, but the fighter's kind of chasing you towards it or leading you towards it.
Mhm.
And the radio crackles. This is the Petrosaur. Stop your engines and prepare to be boarded, or we will cripple you. Nobody needs to die here. We just want the cargo.
Okay, I think
My
now's the
pantry.
time. I think now's the time we
Yeah,
wave the white
that's fine.
flag.
We made it look
Uh,
good.
Feel free to board.
Okay, so I'm going to show a. I'm going to share a screen, but I'm going to take my map down first.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so this is your ship,
Oh.
and that's Joel.
Oh, look, it's me.
Oh.
Okay, so they are going to be coming through this door, which this is like the airlock, and then through this door.
Mhm.
This is the elevator, I believe.
Mhm.
This is another hatch that kind of leads down.
Mhm.
Is that Torga's motorcycle?
Yes. So how do you guys want to situate yourselves when this happens? The much larger Petrosaur kind of comes into view,
Mhm.
and I will.
So just as a FYI from living in the universe, Corvettes hold crews of roughly how much?
It could be a dozen people there,
All right.
maybe less.
Let's disable the elevator.
So
That's a good
this
idea.
is the design of the ship.
Us or them?
That's them.
Oh, okay.
That's the classic Corvette.
Yep.
Okay.
So the two ships link together,
Mhm.
and the radio comes over and says, "Don't try anything funny, or we're going to wipe. We're going to kill everybody on board. Just hand over the cargo. Be nice and peaceful, and you'll all live through this."
Despite the fact that none of the other ships have been heard from.
Yeah.
I am carrying TD-19, by the way, everybody.
Which
Fantastic.
is
What is that?
Plastic explosive.
Plastic explosives.
Oh,
Okay.
um,
How do you want to situate yourselves? They're coming through this door.
I feel obligated to tell you that detonating explosives on a spaceship is a terrible, terrible idea.
Oh, come on. It's a lot of fun.
Are you going to pay for the ship?
Until decompression happens.
it's fine unless it's your ship.
But it's mine.
How do you want to situate yourselves, guys?
How much area? These are 2 meters.
Yeah, we'll say they're about that.
How much area does a dose grenade cover?
It would 30 meters.
So pretty much, well, they're probably coming in spacesuits.
All right, so
Well, I have 2 Tangler grenades.
I've got 12.
Yay. Please
Okay.
don't ruin the ship.
All right. I would like to disable the elevator on a upper deck.
So okay, they can't. Without making repairs, they can't use the elevator to get anywhere but this deck.
And what I'd like to do is be on one deck up with the doors open. And when they open the doors on that lower deck. I'm gonna try to bounce a tangler grenade off the back wall and into the open doorway on the lower deck. You understand what I'm trying to do?
Not really.
No.
I'll throw the grenade so it bounces off the wall and then ricochets into the open deck where they are. When they
Into
open
theirs?
the doors, I'll be standing one deck above and open doors. When they open the doors to the elevator, down
So
goes.
not as familiar with Starfinter's space stuff.
I don't think that's going to be possible because, I mean, there is an elevator in the elevator shaft. It's not going to be an open elevator shaft.
So we can't open the elevator doors even though we've disabled the elevator.
Not unless you had time to, kind of
Okay.
mechanically, organize that, which would have taken a while, and you don't have that kind of time now. So is there anything anyone wants to do before they start entering the ship? You've only got a few minutes.
The thing on the top is just a hatchway.
What, this?
Yes. So they either have the elevator or have to climb the ladder all the way up.
Right.
So that's where the ambush is.
All right.
So you're going to
Sounds
be
good
like
with me.
hiding in here, and as they come in, you're going to be in this area.
Well, if we're in the deck above, we can fire down the hatchway to at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, you're going to be able to shoot one guy.
Not if we start dropping grenades down the shaft.
And you'll just affect this one area.
That's a wall.
Yeah, the grenade
Yeah.
will go off in this
Oh.
area, affect nobody in this room.
Okay, I didn't realize that was a wall.
All right, I'm gonna be okay, all right. So it's hard for me to like point. Can you move your thing? Yeah, up, left, down. All right, you know where that circle thing. All right, it's hard to describe. Higher. Keep going there, right there. Now, but on the right side of that, up one,
Okay.
up one, right there. Yep, that's where I'm going to
Okay.
Okay, that will give you light cover.
Can we move the motorcycle?
You can move the motorcycle and use it for light cover.
All right. I will go on the opposite side and use
Harga's
the
gonna be pissed.
motorcycle.
be. He's going to be
No.
so pissed.
And these boxes are here.
Oh, there you got more cover then.
You'd have to drag them away
they're
and hide behind.
they're not positioned for cover.
Well,
Yeah.
we can move them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can move these 3 boxes on these 2 hexes.
Yeah.
So you can have 2 people here behind cover,
hmm
1 person here firing from light cover,
Mhm.
and 1 person here from heavy cover using this angle and the motorcycle.
Yes.
Okay, so they link up and they start entering the area. And now I have to take down the map so I could read my notes.
Albedo screen on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Screens on. I learned that from the first adventure.
I don't know if it's a good idea for me to use the big gun here. If I miss, I'll
Well,
poke.
a gyrojet's not going to poke a hole inside of the ship, especially this deck, which is reinforced because it's the one most likely to have people coming in and out of it. And
Okay.
hmm
Lasers set to 10.
Okay.
2 of them.
So, give me 1 second.
So
Do
is it?
you want to save this for another session? Because I'm going to have to bounce in about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's.
I was just about to ask.
Let's start the combat next session.
Okay.
I don't know how much we can get done in 4 minutes.
All right,
Started
guys.
thinking about that.
So, thanks for joining us. We will get back to the Petrosaur versus the Kaleidoscope, the battle of the network stars, next time, and take it from there. Just can our intrepid adventurers capture the Petrosaur and make it their new ship?
Oh.
Or will they be captured by the slavers and join the Mahama in captivity? Tune in next time and find out. Thank you for joining us. If you like what you see, hit like. If you didn't, keep it to yourself. No, just kidding.
If you can't say nice things, don't say
Don't
anything
say
at
anything at
all.
all. Star Frontiers is alive and well with Frontier Explorer magazine. Check out the autumn fall edition. Should be out any time now. Great articles written by enthusiastic authors. You can get copies of it at DrivethruRPG when they're uploaded, which isn't always. And you can download them for free. You can support them on Patreon. You can support us on Patreon. We'd like to thank our Patreon backers, the Bigfoot Diaries and Fred Kauber. Thank you so much. And that's it. Please stay safe and tune in next time, everyone.
All right.
Good
Have a
night.
good day.